Alright, what's up guys? It's been an incredible year. I've played a ton of video games this year, but there's also a ton that I didn't. I didn't play Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played Pizza Tower. I haven't played Dave the Diver. I didn't play Starfield, but I wasn't going to play Starfield anyways. I still want to get to Spider-Man 2, and I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. All that being said, this top 10 list is going to be a little bit different from the other ones. These are the top 10 games that I played in 2023.
Number 10.
Starting off the list is Super Mario Wonder. I'm a huge fan of Mario and always have been. I grew up with Mario. Mario Wonder drops the new from the Super Mario Brothers, meaning that this is truly the next generation of Mario, and you can tell from every small detail of it. The graphics are lush and vibrant, and the sound design is fresh. That's the best way I can describe it. The Wonder Flower effects are really interesting, and there's a few that really turn the gameplay on its side. I think the coolest part about Super Mario Wonder, though, is the badges and the optional challenges that they entail. Honestly, I wish I played more of this game, and it probably would have ranked a little bit higher. No matter what, though, Mario's gotta make the list.
Number 9.
Aout is essentially Hotline Miami, the twist being, you're a giant gorilla. It's visually amazing, and it's thematically simple, direct, and to the point. A lot like the gorilla that you play as. It's got this crazy free-form improv drum soundtrack, and when you throw someone against the wall, bam, crash cymbal. You have to finish the whole stage in a single run, so it's got this great sense of connectivity and a huge sense of adrenaline as you finish the stage. I love how short and focused this game is, too. It's 4 different chapters that play as kind of vinyl records with a side A and side B, 10 stages each. It's great for challenge runs, high scores, and really nailing that perfect run.
Number 8.
I didn't get around to playing Pizza Tower this year, but I did pick up Wario Land Shake It, and they're pretty much the same thing. 2D platformers are my jam, and Wario Land runs counter to everything the 2D platformers normally are. It plays as a great foil to Mario in character and in gameplay. And I'll stand by this, Wario Land Shake It is the best entry in the series. The hand-drawn graphics in this game are beautiful. Soundtrack is fun, bouncy, and you get to see Wario shake his ass, so that's a plus. The game also does a great job using motion controls on the Wii, and that it doesn't use them very much at all. I love using the subtle tilt of the controller to aim my submarine missiles, or where I'm throwing an enemy, or shaking an enemy's armor off to break, or getting a bunch of money out of it, and that's just about all you need with motion control. The Wii library can be hit and miss, but this one is a good Wii game.
Number 7.
I'm so glad that Pikmin got the spotlight that it did this year. We got Pikmin 1 and 2 released on the Switch, which finally puts those original games into the hands of a whole new generation of gamers. And it gave me an excuse to finally go back and beat Pikmin 1. I gained a new appreciation for Pikmin 1 now that I could finally beat it and approach the game with some seriousness. But what really struck me this year was the new game that came out, Pikmin 4. As much as I love the old Pikmin games, I have to admit that Pikmin 4 blows them out of the water. It's added in all these things to streamline the gameplay and make it easier, but it doesn't make it a worse game because of that. Instead, it allows you to focus on everything else that makes Pikmin great. When you show up to a dungeon, it automatically selects what Pikmin you need for you. The Pikmin will jump on Mochi so they don't drown. They don't just fall off the edge of walkways anymore. All these things that made survivability a prime focus of the early Pikmin games are taken out, and that places the focus instead on just having fun. I love the Dandori battles, and I love that you have multiple challenges and upgrades to pursue each day, which kind of takes the pressure off of the day limits from the early days. I haven't played very much Pikmin 4, but I played enough of it to say that this is easily the best iteration of Pikmin.
Number 6.
Sea of Stars is another one that I haven't played all the way through, but I could already tell you that it deserves its spot on this list, because it plays a lot like Chrono Trigger. I love all the combat mechanics that they've incorporated, using elemental attacks to lower enemy attack power, having live mana on the battlefield to power up any of your party members' physical strikes. It all comes together in an amazing way and shows that these guys know what they're doing when it comes to a turn-based combat system. What really sells me on this game, though, is the presentation. It's got beautiful pixel art, but it's not harkening back to a retro game. It's using modern technologies with lighting and shading and smooth animations to really make this game feel like a modern game. I love that Sabotage Studios has tied this universe back into their other game, The Messenger, which I also played through this year and had a fantastic time with. The story's got a lot of heart, and I love the lore to this game. There are so many incredible set pieces. I can't wait to see more of this game and more of what Sabotage Studios has to offer.
Number 5.
Elden Ring. It had to be on the list. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice was the first Dark Souls game that I ever played last year, and that ended up being my game of the year. So this was the first Dark Souls style game that I played, as far as combat mechanics go. And I had a great time with it. Oh, it's like Skyrim, but the exploration is satisfying. Every turn it leads somewhere badass. The road from point A to point B is visceral, it's dangerous, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's always rewarding. This game would rank higher, but honestly, I just haven't played enough of the game. Sure, I've almost gone through the whole story, but we just built a caveman bonk build. This is my desert island game. The sheer amount of content in this game is overwhelming, and the fact that I'm almost at the end of it is honestly exciting for me, because I know that it's just the beginning.
Number 4.
Danganronpa.
People had told me to avoid Danganronpa because it was, and I quote, some anime bullshit. And in some cases they're right. But when this game hits, it hits. I've always liked murder mystery games and visual novel stuff, from the Phoenix Wright trilogy to the Professor Layton games, and so Danganronpa felt almost like a natural extension of that. At first I thought it was a little bit long-winded, but I liked the gameplay well enough, and about halfway through I realized, oh my gosh, whether I like these characters or not, I care about these guys. And I have no idea what's going to happen to them next. This was so exciting to me. This game kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I won't give away any spoilers, but if you're looking for a good visual novel, forget the naysayers. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is an amazing game.
Number 3.
I love Jet Set Radio to pieces, and Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is the extension of that game that we have always wanted for years and years. It nails it too. Honestly, it's improved the gameplay so much that it's hard for me to go back to Jet Set Radio. The character designs are fun, and I'm starting to get great at chaining combos together. This game is my fallback game when I don't want to play a video game. It's the game I pick up when I want to just chill on the couch and play around. But the hype of this game on my first playthrough also can't be overstated. The story is so unique. I would have never come up with something like that on my own. And I don't think this game would have existed with anyone on their own either. This was a team effort from people who love Jet Set Radio so much that they wanted to make the next game happen themselves, which I truly think embodies the spirit of the game in the first place. Shout out to all the people who worked on this incredible project. I just want more!
Number 2.
I was absolutely crushed this year at the news of Silksong's delay. Crushed, I tell you! It's okay though, because Blasphemous II came out. There are a ton of games out there that claim to be 2D Dark Souls, but I think that Blasphemous does it the best. It dials a little bit of the challenge and punishment back out of the Dark Souls formula, but the weighty combat is still in place, and I think it does a great job with it. The aesthetic is the first thing that needs brought up with Blasphemous, and all the work that got put into the incredible pixel art of this game. What I like about Blasphemous 2 is that it kind of picks up where the first game left off. The 3 weapons from the start give you an awesome branching combat tree, and you gain your range of movement much quicker. It allows you to see more of the game right from the start, rather than just retread what the first game did. I think they did a fantastic job with it. The boss fights were great too. When I first picked up this game, I binged through it in 2 weeks. I'm so glad that Blasphemous 2 was there to fill the void left in my heart by Silksong's delay.
Number 1.
Highfi Rush came out of nowhere and really surprised me, and when I went back to play through it again, it really stole my heart. At first I thought Highfi Rush was going to be kinda cheesy, but it's got a heart of gold. The characters and the story are so inspired. An MP3 player pressed into your chest and connected to your robot arm, that makes everything you do and beat to the music? What? It's a great exposition to tie everything into the rhythm-based gameplay. On top of that, the voice acting and the writing is incredible and really sells the whole thing. The Robot Cat 808 wins Best Supporting Character 2023. The presentation reminds me a lot of Scott Pilgrim and a little bit of Spider-Verse, and I love both of those things. The gameplay reminds me of Kingdom Hearts Keyblade combat, combined with the rhythmic dance of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Also 2 things I love. When all these things combine though, the game absolutely stands on its own merits, and I had a ton of fun fully upgrading my characters and going for the high scores. What really sets this game apart and gives it Game of the Year is the attention to detail that really only a AAA studio can provide. It's rare to see a AAA title with this much heart, and it's rare to see a game with this much heart with this level of production. As I was exploring my second time through, I found all sorts of amazing lore bits that tie into cutscenes further down the line. There were all sorts of fun collectibles and weird Easter eggs that rewarded me for going off the beaten path. Compared to a lot of music games where it's normally a linear set piece, this really was incredible. Highfi Rush is one of those games that's all of my favorite things coming together in a way that's totally fresh. And the production level and presentation totally back it up. It wasn't very long that I picked up this one, but I can easily put it at the top of the list as my personal favorite Game of the Year 2023. Thanks for listening, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below why I'm an idiot for not putting Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3 in my list this year.